another What I Eat in a Day video, and today is the last day of my pantry challenge. And if you don't know, I'm Catherine and I talk about reducing waste by making instead of buying. And I've done a fairly amount of pantry challenge, and this will be my last week, mainly because I won't be at home, so I will go to my parents next week, and I won't have much opportunity to spend what I have here. Plus, I think that I've spent a lot of things that I have in my kitchen, so I'm fairly happy with the results. But ultimately, I'm still going to spend a little bit of food today. But I just want to quickly recap what I ate during this week. First of all, I completely messed up my budget. So I think that I spent about 21.30 cents, 21 euros and 30 cents. I think that was the value and the amount. And basically what happened was that I wanted to buy mushrooms to eat at my parents', and I spent 13 euros on that. So I spent a lot of money on mushrooms so I could bring them to my parents, and I was going on Friday. So I thought, I'm just going to finish this pantry challenge now and go from there. But I'm actually going to stay a little bit more, so I'm just going to my parents next week. And I think that the all mushroom thing gave me a little bit of permission to spend more because my budget is ruined, so I'm just going to the supermarket. So that happened as well. I bought flour because I want to bake bread, so I'm probably going to bake bread tomorrow because I didn't this week. And during this week, my mom brought me a lot of leftovers, so I ate a lot of leftovers and didn't end up using what I had. And then, I don't know, I just too many things going on. And we also ate a few times takeout, like 2 times this week, I guess. So not as much as I thought that we did, but so I bought olive oil because I didn't have any more olive oil, and I was just like, I want olive oil in my life. So I purchased that as well. So flour. I also bought some broccoli because I was really missing some vegetables. I'm going to make some broccoli stir fry with tempeh today. That's going to be our lunch. And that's it. I think that... But yeah, that was about it. I'm just rambling here. Today I'm going to be making the tempeh stir fry. I'm also going to use the broccoli stalk to make some soup and use up some of the vegetables that I still have in the freezer. So basically what I have is some pumpkin, and I also still have those cubes. If you haven't seen that video already, basically when I made the pantry challenge where I didn't buy anything, I experimented with the pea pasta that I bought, and it was a failure. So what I did was that I put everything into cubes, and every time that I make soup, I may add at least 1 cube to the soup, and it's not noticeable at all. It's extra protein that is in there, so good. So I'm still using that up, and I'm not going to finish using it up today, but I'm fairly happy with how my freezer looks like. I need to clean it up, obviously, but mainly what I have is a tuna steak, those vegetables that I just talked about, and the pea pasta cubes, some herbs, And I also have my vermicomposter food, but I'm going to give it to my worms today so I can get rid of that container in the freezer. And I also have some scraps that I want to make vegetable broth with. So I think that we are okay, and my main goal was to get rid of some of the stuff that I had in the pantry and in the freezer mostly. And my pantry also looks, it's more empty. Still not 100% there, but I'm happy with what it looks like. And I also made cake 2 times this week with some yogurt. And I've been experimenting with some yogurt because I'm currently working on a course for my site about making yogurt, and I really want to nail down every detail. I've been doing yogurt for years. When I was in high school, I think that's when I started, and I pretty much do by feel, and I really want to nail down what I do, write it down, and make sure that everything is very easy to understand to people. So I'm doing that process because right now I put everything randomly in there and I know that it will work out, but I really want to have that kind of detail, like measurements and that kind of stuff. So I'm also experimenting a lot with yogurt these days. So let's go ahead and do the tempeh stir fry. I think that it's the first time that I cooked tempeh at home. So hopefully it will work out great. Let's see.
Looking for me till let's go. Take me on this journey home. I don't wanna wait no more. Lay me down behind the moon. Tell me you'll be on real soon. I don't wanna wait no more. We could be dancing in the stars. We could be floating on a wave. As long as I'm safely in your arms, and it don't really matter where we stay. Cause space makes me sad. Cause space makes me sad. Feeling like Pluto, you already knew though. I'm hiding just behind the stars, but how come the stars don't shine when it's day? How come the sky at night makes me this way? Why you so far away? Galaxy cast away, watching you hopelessly. Why aren't you home with me? Cause space makes me sad. Space makes me sad. outer space. Nothing can replace letting go of you. Was my one mistake, counting every day. No, I'm not okay. I just wanna say I need affection. Doesn't matter what you say, 'cause now that I don't have it, I only miss it.
So as a snack, I'm going to be eating this homemade yogurt. So this one is lemon and cinnamon. So this is really good. And as you can see here, like it's really, the texture is great. It just looks like regular commercial yogurt, and I don't like these lids. And let me just show you how these crackers look. So this is one of the batches and this is the other one. So these ones, I think that I put a little bit too much nutritional list on these ones, but they are still okay. And these ones are pretty good, just olive oil and all-purpose flour and some spices, that's it. So I'm going to be eating these with my yogurt. But before I start eating, I just wanted to show you a little bit of my knitting. So today I'm wearing some new socks that I knitted. The partner, if you are a knitter, is from Fabi from Meias, and the partner is called 16, which in English means 16. They are really good. They are warm. I really enjoyed wearing them. And this week was all about wearing handmade socks. So one of the things that I really like about knitting is that I'm able to make my own clothes. So this one is also something that I knitted. Is Thermal by Lara Chow. So for me, knitting is fun and I enjoy wearing these socks. And it gives me such feeling of being proud because I'm wearing things that I wore, that I made. And I think that if you are trying to live more sustainable, making your own clothes is a way to do that, because sometimes when we don't understand the amount of work that goes into making a piece of clothing, it's easier for us to keep buying new stuff. And it's a way to be more sustainable, I guess. Obviously that for example, I buy new yarn, so that's not completely sustainable, and that's why I also buy secondhand. But it's something that's is fun for me, so I don't feel bad about that. I think that sustainability goes hand in hand with making new stuff, and even though the materials might be new, it's always something that is fun, and I'm not going to stop making stuff just because I could be more sustainable by buying secondhand. I think that we all need our own balance, and for me it doesn't make sense because I really enjoy knitting. Having said that, let me just show you what I'm making today. So I've been making my Alone Together sweater for a while now. So the designer is called Lark Bagger. I think that's what it's called. How it's pronounced, sorry. So we have been without internet since Friday afternoon, and although we do have we do have access to internet by 4G, but we don't want to spend too much. So I've been reading a lot these 2 days, and I'm also knitting and watching Jane the Virgin. So this series, I don't know how I never started before, but it just makes me super happy, which is great for these days. with the lockdown and everything. So let me just show you how it looks like right now. So this is my Alone Together sweater. The partner is on Instagram on her stories, so I'll link it here, her Instagram. And it's such a great way to use scraps of yarn. I think it's really cute, and I'm now making the double collar, so I'm just sewing this collarbone, and hopefully it will turn out cool. I really like it, and it has been it has taken most of my attention in terms of knitting these days. This is how it looks like, so really nice. I really like it, and I have to say I've used up a ton of scrap yarn, and I've used mainly acrylic, some things that my mom had and that she used to make sweaters with, so I'm using scrap yarn from maybe 30 years ago, so that's great. And I'm having fun because it's just totally random, just like me, random cat. And yeah, now that I've shown you, hopefully the light will be good enough for this video, but I tried to make something out of what I could, and I will eat my snack and knit some more and watch the version probably. And I will also have to work on my computer today. I need to post new blog posts and edit this video even without internet, and I know that right now I only have 30 gigs to consume, and we already consumed a lot. I'm going to upload this video, so I'll see you guys at dinner. Time to make some dinner. I don't want to spend too much time in the kitchen because I'm reading a really good book and I want to get back to it. So I'm going to make lentil pasta with some mushrooms, so basically a little bit like lentil bolognese. And I'm going to be using the sauce leftover that I froze recently, and I'm going to be using that, so it has that nice flavor and I don't have to add too much stuff in it to be flavorful. So I'm going ahead with that. How my dinner looks like. So I've added TVP, mushrooms, lentils with pasta. That's tomato sauce that I had left over and it was frozen, so it was actually two tomato sauce there. And I also added a little bit of cheese because I really like cheese. So I'm going to enjoy these, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully, even though I failed during this last week, you have been inspired to make your own pantry challenge. I think that it's really helpful if you are someone that tends to buy a lot of stuff to your kitchen. So I personally like to experiment new ingredients, and when this happens, sometimes I forget about them. So if you are someone similar, or maybe you just have too much in your freezer right now at this moment, try it out, and I'll see you in the next one.